factor here in the country in South Sudan, and how it affects education is one of the greatest things. So in education, when climate changes occur, especially floods in the states of Upper Nile, in the states of Jonglei, students are left without studying. And why is it so? Because their classrooms are all filled with water, and at times the materials used to build schools are not that resilient, so classes tend to fall down and students do not have lessons when it rains. Besides that, children get affected by various diseases when it comes to flooding. Of course, it's associated with very many risks. Death of children is also among them, because when there's too much water, these children are not able to cross on their ways to go to school. Likewise, when it happens that there's no water, children are not able to survive, and if they do not survive, then there's no one to go to school. So climate change is really affecting children in terms of education. Sometimes there's no food for the children to eat. Why is it so? Because it rains, floods occur, and all crops are washed. And when they are washed, these children are left with no option but for their parents to go to the market and get food. And given the economic crisis in the country, South Sudan, it's very hard for very many people to afford food on a daily basis. So it happens that these children go hungry, they get malnourished, and are not able to attend school, of course. And my way forward for us to have a climate resilient country, one is to make sure that we have climate resilient classes. Given the budgets that are given in to tackle the issues of climate change, there's need to build classes that are resilient given the terms in South Sudan here. Whether it's a heat wave or even a flood, those classes are able to stay and students are able to learn. Besides that, teachers need to be trained in a way that they can be able to handle children given the situation. Whether children are having mental problems because of what they just faced, the effects of climate change, they're able to calm those students down and get them back to the learning process. Likewise, the government of South Sudan has to raise awareness systems to let the population know that in case of any flood or a drought, they will have to ensure that these people are aware that such things are going to happen and they prepare themselves accordingly. Lastly, the government has to actively work on the budget that is given to them to implement a very good country that does not have so many effects of climate change. Each government organ has to allocate the budget accordingly, use the money for the purpose given for, so that children are not really affected by climate change, because they are the future of South Sudan. And children as well have to be involved in decision making, especially on issues that are on climate change, because there's nothing for the children without the children.